Curious about vegetables? Talk to Seed. Hello everyone! Welcome to Around the VegTable Season 2. So I'm Lisette Lacambra, the KT Technical Support Hub Manager and your host to this program. So thank you again and welcome. So the Around the VegTable Season 1 was launched in 2021. And now we are back for more knowledge sharing with invited experts from the Seed Knowledge Transfer, Seed Commercial Company, academic institutions, and also other private organizations. So to kick off the Season 2, we invited Mr. Yusuf Dabay, Technical Specialist in Nigeria, to present the results of action research entitled Effect of Mulching and Trellising on Cucumber Productivity and Cost Benefit During Rainy and Dry Season. So hello Yusuf, welcome, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hello everyone, thank you for the honor for inviting me. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Magaji, Dabay Technical Specialist, Nigeria, East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer. So I'm here to present the result of our action research, which was carried out in one of our learning sites here in Nigeria, specifically in Kano State. So as I already said, I'm here to present the result of our action research titled Effect of Mulching and Trellising on Cucumber Productivity and Cost Benefits During Rainy and Dry Season in Nigeria. This is the objective of the research. Number one is to compare the yield and cost of production of cucumber with trellising, plastic and organic mulching. Then the second objective is to evaluate the benefit of cucumber production under different practices during rainy and dry season. The third objective is to evaluate the disease, specifically downy mildew incidence and severity in cucumber production. So these are the picture for the field experiment during dry and rainy season. The picture A, it is the flood of at the 32 days after transplanting during dry season. Picture B is for the rainy season, which is at 32 days after transplanting. So these are the material and methods. The location of the experiment is East-West KT Learning Site, Saadat Rimi College of Education, Kumbotso, Kano. Then the crop is cucumber and variety is Gringo F1. So disease assessment, the assessment of the disease incidence and disease severity was observed on cucumber plants at 32, 39, and 60 days after transplanting. Then the yield assessment was fruit were harvested and graded as marketable unmarketable and non-marketable. So it was graded based on that. Then the period for the research is for rainy season is June to September 2021. For dry season is October to February 2022. Then these are the treatment. There are for the whole research experiment or trial, there are four treatments. The first treatment is plastic mulch with trellis. The second treatment is organic mulch with trellis, and the third treatment is organic mulch with no trellis, and the fourth one is, which is the last, no mulch plus trellis. So these are the pictures of the fruit for dry season. And the first picture is for treatment 1, plastic mulch plus trellis, and the second one is organic mulch plus trellis. The third one is organic mulch, no trellis, and the fourth one is, which is the last, treatment 4, no mulch plus trellis. So this chart, it is indicating about the yield for both rainy season and dry season. The first chart, which is titled A, it is for dry season. So the chart which is colored with blue, it is referring to the marketable yield. And then the red one is unmarketable, and the yellow, it is referring to the total yield obtained by that treatment. So you can see for the first treatment, which is plastic mulch for trellis, you can see it, and the second one also. So for dry season, if you can observe the treatment 3 recorded the higher yield, which is organic mulch plus not trellis, and also higher marketable yield. So compared to the other treatment, which is for dry season. And when you come to the another chart, which is B for rainy season, so it is different, opposite of the dry season. In the treatment 3, organic mulch plus not release, it has the least total yield among the other treatment, and also least marketable yield among other treatment. So if you can compare for us for the treatment 3 and treatment 1, sorry, treatment 3 and treatment 3 for rainy season and dry season, you find out that during dry season, cucumber or mulching is is very, very important than to do it in dry season. Sorry, a rainy season. So it's better for dry, if it is for rainy season, it's better for you to trellis than to mulch. And if it is dry season, it's better to mulch than to trellis. These photos show the cucumber gringo F1 during rainy season. So you can see picture A, which is organic mulch plus trellis. You can see the disease incident and also the severity. The second picture is plastic mulch. And then the third one, which is C, no mulch plus trellis. You can see the severity. And also the D, which is the last, organic mulch plus not trellis. So this chart, it is indicating the disease incident and disease severity during rainy season. So the color, which is marked as we already mentioned, that the disease scoring was observed at 32 days, 39 days, and 60 days after transplanting. So the first chart is indicating the incident. So you can see for the first treatment at 32 days, there was no any incident of that downy mildew. So for this organic mulch, which is the second treatment, organic mulch plus trellis, you can see there is a little bit sign of incident. And then when you come to the treatment 3, which is organic mulch plus trellis, you can see the incident at 32 days, it is getting about 25%. While for the last this treatment, which is no mulch for trellis, you can see the incident is not up to that up to that 25%. And likewise at 39 days, you can see the severity, the incidence, it is higher in the treatment 3, about 100%. And then for the treatment 4 and treatment 2, treatment 1, you can see. So treatment 3 recorded the higher incident, the percentage is higher than compared to the other, followed by the one without a trellis, which is without mulching, which is treatment 4, and then followed by treatment 2, which is organic mulch plus trellis. So what you can observe here at 39 days, you can see those treatment or beds which are very close to the treatment 3, the incident, it is higher compared to the first treatment, which is plus mulch. There is one bed in between them. So that's why the first one, the treatment 4, which is trellis without mulching, and it is the second in terms of incident. This is because mulching is very, very important, because in our own soil, there are a lot of soil-borne diseases, and then if you mulch and also trellis, the incident will be up lower compared to the other treatment. And then at 60 days, you can see the incident severity, it is of the same level. This is because considering the age of the crops, as of when it was at 60 days, we have been harvesting it, and also it is start, even the immunity of the crop, it is getting low by then. Then when you go to the disease severity, which is picture B, you can see also the disease severity is higher in treatment 3, which is organic mulch not released. So then at 32 days, also you can see for the post treatment there is no any disease severity, which is plastic mulch and organic. So the plastic mulch plus trellis, then followed by treatment 2, which is organic. It is at least at 32 days in terms of disease severity, then followed by this treatment 3, treatment 4. Treatment 3 recorded higher disease severity, and also at 39 days, it is recorded higher disease severity compared to the other treatment, then followed by treatment 4. But for the severity at 60 days, it is up at the same level. This is due to the age of the crops, and also it has been harvested as of that time. It is about to the end of the crops life cycle. So this photo shows the cucumber gringo F1 at 95 days after transplanting during dry season. You can see the first picture, which is name A, plastic mulch plus releasing, and the second picture is organic mulch plus trellis, and then the third one is organic mulch plus no trellis, and the fourth one is no mulch plus trellis. So this is also a picture for disease assessment for dry season. So for disease assessment during dry season, we could not make to rate it. We couldn't able to score it in terms of scoring it, but we assess it based on the physical observation and also the severity. So you can see the first picture is A, which is the organic mulch plus trellising. The B is organic mulch with no trellis, and the last picture is trellis without mulching. So the disease assessment, this photo shows the cucumber gringo F1 at 88 days during dry season. Picture A is organic mulch, as I already mentioned it, and B, organic mulch plus trellis, plus not trellis, and then the last picture, which is C, no mulch plus trellis. Then the observation of the disease during dry season, after the second to third harvest, the downy mildew severity tend to be more in the bed with no mulch, which is treatment 4, and then compared with the other treatment. So as you can see, even from the picture here, if you can observe it very well, so the treatment 4, which is trellis without mulch, in terms of disease severity, and also you can see it is higher. And then in the bed with organic mulch plus not trellis, which is treatment 3, the severity of the mildew is less than that of bed with organic with no mulch plus trellising. You can see from the picture also the C, which is trellis without mulching, it is higher, the symptom, it is higher than that of B, which is organic mulch plus not trellis. And also the treatment with plastic, organic mulch and trellising show lesser symptom, as you can see from the picture. So this chart is indicating the cost benefit on cucumber production under different management in 16.5 square meter, which is this 16.5 square meter, it is referring to the treatment. Each treatment is 16.5 square meter, the area. So the first picture is for dry season. You can see the blue color, it is indicating the total revenue obtained, and then the red color, it is indicating the cost of production, and then the yellow, it is indicating the benefit, or I can say the profit obtained by that particular treatment. So for dry season, here also in terms of the benefit, treatment 3 recorded higher total returns and also higher total benefit or profits with less cost of production. This is, and also at the upper side, you can see the price. The marketable price was 40 naira per kg, and unmarketable price was 20 naira per kg. So this is because the reason why this treatment 3 organic mulch plus not release recorded higher total yield, total revenue and less cost of production with higher profit is that, number one, as you can see, even from the chart that we have already, the previous chart which is shown the yield of the cucumber, so treatment 3 has a higher yield. And the second reason is that, so for treatment 3, there was no trellis. And in that trellising, you know, there are cost of trellising pole, binding wire, trellis rope, and also for the mulching, it is readily available and it is not that cheap, as expensive. It is, the cost is not that of plastic mulch. So it is organic mulch, which is rice straw. Even if you are going to buy, it is not that more expensive. So these are one of the reasons. And also, another reason is that in terms of the disease severity, it has less, for dry season, you can see in terms of the disease incident, it is not up to that of treatment 4, which is trellis without mulching. And then let's go to the B picture, which is for rainy season. For rainy season, you can see, you can see the cost of production here, the total revenue obtained is about 2,000. And then the cost of production, you can see it is about 5,000. Then you see there is no any profit gain or obtained here. Likewise, in treatment 2, which is organic mulch, you can see there is no any benefit obtained here. Then for the treatment 3, there is a little benefit or profit. And then likewise for the treatment 4. This is because I know somebody may wonder why is it for rainy season, I can say there is no any benefit gain in that experiment. So one of the reasons is that, number one, if you from the yield, if you compare the yield with dry season and rainy season, so the yield is not that of dry season. And also the disease incidence and also disease severity, it is higher in that of rainy season. And another point is that the price also, the price for rainy season, which was sold, it was sold as 30 naira per kilogram for the unmarketable yield, while for unmarketable, it was sold at 15 naira. And also, due to this disease severity, it led to low yields. And also, another point is that for treatment 1, you know, plastic mulch, it is expensive, especially here in Nigeria, it is expensive. If you can compare it with the organic mulch, it is very, very expensive. And also, on that particular treatment, there is binding wire. Also, it is another reason for higher cost of production, and trellising pole, and also the trellising row. Likewise for the treatment 2, which is organic. Even though the organic also during rainy season, especially in rice straw, normally here in Nigeria, we normally use the most common organic mulch that we use is rice straw. So during rainy season, the rice straw, it is a little bit scarcity, or it is not readily available. So even if you get it, it is a little bit expensive. And then also the trellising rope is one of the reasons why there is higher cost of production, and also the binding wire. And for treatment 3, which is organic mulch plus not release. So you can see the total revenue obtained, it is the list, and also the profit. This is the reason why the cost of production is not that of the other treatment, is that because treatment 3, it was not trellis. So all those costs of trellising pole, binding wire, and trellis rope, it was not included here. So that's why it has least cost of production. And also for the revenue, the reason why, even if you remember the previous chart on the yield, it has low yield, and also this is related to the higher disease incidence and severity. Then going to the last treatment, which is treatment 4, trellis without mulch. Also, you can see somebody may wonder why, because it was not mulch, and also the cost of production, it is higher than that of the one without trellising. The reason why is that trellising, it consumed, or it recorded higher costs compared to mulching. Then another reason is that also, if you can, it is the second one. If you can recall the previous chart in terms of disease incident, it is the second after treatment 3, and also the yield is not that as much as the treatment 2 and 1. So in conclusion and recommendation, so mulching both organic and plastic was a very important practice / technique in cucumber production during dry season, since increase in yield was recorded for treatment with mulching. That's treatment 1, treatment 2, and treatment 3. And also the trellising was found important during rainy season, since treatment 3, which is not trellis treatment, gives the lowest yield. Trellising allows for better air movement and reduce the occurrence of fungal and bacterial disease. And also the cost of mulching and trellising is important to consider, since it may not be profitable in the pest season. Although good quality plastic mulch can be used for 2 to 3 seasons, and trellising materials like poles and tying wire, which is binding wire, for 2 to 3 seasons. Also, explore alternative material for mulching and trellising that are available locally and less costly. Then in the recommendation, it recommended to replicate the experiment considering the following. Number 1, insect pest and disease scoring, including during dry season. Then farmers practice should be included, which is no mulch, no trellis, and as a treatment. And then at least 3 replication should be applied to the treatment, which is for instance now, like for treatment 1, we have to replicate it 3 times, and also treatment 2. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Yusuf.
Thank you.
Now we're open for questions and answers. What could be the reason for higher costs in rainy season than dry season experiment?
Yeah, so as during my presentation, I've already mentioned, but let me mention it again. So one of the reasons is that during rainy seasons, in terms of mulching and trellising poles and trellising rope also, there are little bit higher. They are most costly as of that time, because like for organic mulching, it is not readily available during rainy season. It is more available during rainy season. And also for the trellising poles, during rainy season, it is scanty. Because this is because due to the, especially in the rural areas, they are using stick as a firewood. So, and also it is another competition which lead to the cost of production for rainy season.
Okay, so that's a very good point, Yusuf, because yeah, in every season also the price of inputs also varies. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's very clear. Thank you very much, Yusuf. There's also a question from Sylvie. So would you consider demos with organic mulch and not releasing for dry season for farmers interested to expand their area of production?
Yeah, in a larger scale, for instance, if you want to advise a person or a farmer, if you want to go for a larger scale, especially if it is in dry season, so we may ask him his capacity, what he can afford. So maybe he said, I can afford mulching, but that releasing, it will lead to the higher cost of production. So we will advise him, let him mulch and live without releasing since it is dry season. And also from the result, you see the treatment with no trellis, but mulch, it has recorded higher yield, and also the benefit, it is higher.
Okay, thank you very much, Yusuf. That's a very good point. I still have one last question from Septian from Indonesia. How do farmers respond to research results?
Actually, they're really happy, and they really quite, it is very quite interesting to them, because especially if they came during the trial and see the treatment by themselves, because farmers, they have one notion is that when you continue explaining to them verbally or theoretically, they will not agree with you until they saw it with their own eyes. So that's why we used to invite them to our learning site, especially during our mega field days, or at their own convenient time. Some, they do come and observe something, and whatever they see which is strange to them, they used to ask the question. So they're really impressed. And at times they used to ask, if I take care of my demo, will it look like that? We said, more than that, if you take good care of that. So from there, even if that particular farmer is giving headed to particular field officer, so from that day, so he stopped it, and he will try his own best to see he obtain high yield, and to look also to make the demo to look very attractive.
Thank you very much, Yusuf, and thank you very much for our active participants. Thank you for your questions. So that's the end of our episode. Do you have any questions you would like to be answered in the future episodes? So leave your questions in the comment section, or contact our technical support hub members in your country. So stay tuned for the next episode of Around the VegTable. Bye-bye. Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you, everyone.